Now part 2 of this delicious recipe starts with the walnuts, the best nut for the brain. We're going to throw them into the personal blender, at least a cup. If you're making a double batch, go ahead and use 2. We'll just put the top on here and we're just going to pulse them down into a meal. So we don't want to blend them all the way, not like a butter, more like a meal. And just shake it up. Shake it up, and you'll do this 2 or 3 times to get it down. Enough to make the recipe really nice and fresh. Perfect. There we go. We have a couple whole pieces left in the bottom, and they'll just work right in with this broth that we've created. First, we're going to put in some fresh celery, 2 stalks of celery. Celery, again, great to balance out this dish, brings in some natural salt without having to add salt to the dish. Add some vitamins and minerals. Celery is a great thing if you're trying to stay lean during the holiday season because it helps flush out your system and really works with the body to create a balanced meal. And throw this into the dish. Now I love celery in here also because it creates more texture and brings in some soft, gentle flavor to the dish. So now that we've got the celery in there, we're going to add some apple. Just dice up some apple pieces as small as you'd like. If you're someone who likes to have them on the half moon or something like that, maybe slivers are fun. You could even shred them if you'd like. So as you're preparing this dish, you can also be working on some other side dishes at the same time if you're using the dehydrator. This is a quick tip to really get a holiday feast together in less time. So I like to go ahead and prepare all my dishes of this same nature and then throw them in the dehydrator. This saves me time, and it also allows me to have time to get some of the other parts of my feast together. Tips and tricks like that really make it feasible to move your family and your friends in a direction towards health during the holiday season. So now that we have this in here, we're going to go ahead and season it with a little bit of olive oil over the top and our broth. We're going to add the broth over the top into the dish. There we go. Now we don't want it to be too wet, so I'm going to just back it off and then stir it up here. And you're going to see that this absorbs right into the vegetables and the nuts that we had already pre-ground. This is a really fun dish because once it's in the dehydrator, it sets up just like stuffing that you may have traditionally made from breads and other things like that. Yet it's gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, it's olive-free. And then finally for color, I like to add pomegranate seeds. This is optional, but just adds a splash of color to your table, and it really makes a big difference in the flavor of the dish. So we're going to toss this up a little bit more and then let it sit for about 10 minutes so that everything becomes absorbed. Once that's ready, we're going to put it in the dehydrator for about 2 hours at 118 degrees so that it can be ready for our holiday feast. To your vibrant health!